Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. You're watching Paperback Prodigy. So in this video, I want to talk about our pre-board preparation. I'm sure all of you would have written your first pre-board, but this can help you improve your preparation way, how you revise and everything for your second pre-boards. So let's start with English, the first language subject that we have. So for my pre-boards, I made my own to-do list in English and completed my portions according to the to-do list. So what all did I write in the to-do list? I wrote all the lessons, all the poems, and all the supplementary book lessons. So as and when I completed a chapter fully, I took each chapter and went and I got an idea on how much is left, which all are easier, which I could do first in least amount of time and which would need the most amount of time. And I wrote down all our grammar portions. So I wrote them all down. So at the beginning, this was like almost half a month before the pre-board's final week. So I wrote how many questions of each I did, how many questions of determiners, and then I saw which I practiced the most and which I did the least. Accordingly, I did more. What all did I actually revise the day before my English pre-board? I had my guide with me, which was Educat's English guide for this year. So with that guide, I just completely learned the guide. I remember doing the grammar questions of it for my quarterly exam and half yearly. So I did not do the grammar questions from that, but did it from somewhere else. But rest of the literature part, I did it completely from my guide. I had read the NCERT textbooks earlier and highlighted it while I was studying it itself. So the day before the exam, I just went through the highlighted points instead of reading the whole chapter and quickly summarized it in my head. From my guide, I did the MCQ questions of each and every chapter that they provided. Then I did extracts. They give the extracts right after the summary of the chapter and the character sketch and word meanings, everything. There were extract questions. Then there was a summary right before all the questions started. Then theme of the chapter. After that, there was short answers, long answer questions. I read all of those. Then character sketch of each character was given. So that as well I write. Character sketch is important. It can come as either a 3-mark question or it can come as a 6-mark question to learn, analyze how the character changed throughout the story, how the character was in the beginning and towards the end of the lesson. So then literary devices is also important because in these extracts, for the prose extract, a literary device can be asked, and that was asked in this pre-board of mine. The extract that I chose to write was The Custer the Dragons by Ogden Nash. So in that, they gave us 4 options and they asked us which of these is hyperbole. So then one of the options was Belinda laughed till she shook the house. So that is the correct one because you cannot literally shake a house when you laugh. So in that manner, literary devices can be asked in your extracts. And then learning the names of every poet and every author is important. Then we have to just literally by heart the writing section format, by heart the letter format, because these are places where we can score very easily. So if we go make a mistake there, we'll feel extremely sad because it's an easy scoring area. If you get the format in your head, if you literally paste the format in the paper, you'll get the format in marks correct. And then the starting intro line, that format, if you have that starting line, that ending line, that way to format your words, if you have it in your mind, you can go through a writing section very smoothly. And then we have analytical paragraph also. So what I do usually is that for the third paragraph, we have to do a summary. So there I put this equilibrium and where all it is same. So then I can end it like this. In a nutshell, these are what happened, and it was equilibrium in these 2 years with slight fluctuations in the next forthcoming years. Grammar is going to be extremely easy if you learn the rules, especially of subject verb agreement. They are just so interesting. Okay, there are some exemptions, like when they give us a line of a poem and tell us to write the correct word. There are some exceptions when it comes to grammar, but error correction, read it carefully and think of it like a text. Alright, so as I told earlier, I read my EduCard English guide on the previous day and did the reading of everything in the guide to my best capability, trying my best not to strain myself or make myself feel too saturated. And also, I did grammar from many sample papers instead of doing not a different MCQ book by Oswald. I don't do English online that much, that's it. So yeah, I hope this video helped you. So if it's helpful for you, do share it to your friends as well. It'll help them as well. Comment down below how your pre-boards went, or whether there are any more points that you can add to this so it can help us and everybody watching. So good morning, good evening, good night, depending on when you're watching. Signing off, Paperback Prodigy.